Hello, beautiful humans. Today, I am going to introduce one of my favorite breathing techniques. Now, it feels odd to call it a technique because breathing is our most pivotal life force. One, it allows us to be present, the ability to breathe. And all too often, we are unaware of how powerful our breath can be. It allows our nervous system to do all of the things that it needs to do, whether it needs to upregulate for action or downregulate for sleep, or just to allow us to be aware of what our body is doing in space or how we're interacting with humans around us. So all too often, we find our breath stuck in specific areas of our body. And it's really important to allow ourselves to use tools, such as this beautiful little Pilates ball, to be able to be aware of where our body is in space and where our breath needs to go. So if you do not have a Pilates ball with you, that's okay. You can grab a pillow, something that allows you to get tactile and aware, but nothing too hard. So if you have a Pilates ball at home, make sure it's not all blown up, but it has a little bit of give to it. So that being said, I invite you to find a seated position. You can be seated cross-legged as I am, or you can find a position on your couch or a chair. Or if you're standing, just allow your feet to come grounded into the earth. So before we even get started, finding yourself in your seat. So your sits bones, those bony landmarks right at the base of your pelvis, I want you to just kind of rock into them. Now I invite you to rock forward onto the front side of your sits bones. Okay, we don't want to be there. And then I want you to rock onto the back side of your sits bones. Not the most ideal. So rock forward and back. If you're on your feet, I invite you to just rock forward on your toes and back on your heels. And then settle right in a centered position where you feel like you're landing right on those sits bones or in the center of your feet. Once there, I want you to notice your tailbone. I want you to notice the sacrum, the base of your spine. And then with your mind's eye, track all the way up your spine, out through the crown of the head, and try to find as much space between each vertebra of your spine as possible. Allow your shoulders to melt away from your ears. And then just allow, if it feels okay, the shutting of the eyes. Now we shut the eyes not to pretend that the outside world doesn't exist, but just for a moment in time, allowing your breath to be brought inside of your body. Just going into your natural breathing patterns, notice your breath. Don't critique it, don't perfect it. Just allow it to naturally flow in and out of the body. Once again, come back into those sits bones and be aware of what's happening in your spine. Can you get long and tall? Soften your jaw and soften your brow. If at all this feels overwhelming to have your eyes shut, feel free to flutter your eyes open, but just soften your gaze. Allowing a few more breaths here before we go into a little bit more activity, a little bit more connection to our breath. Allowing yourself to enter the space. One more breath here, allowing yourself to find space and settle in. And then fluttering your eyes open, I invite you to take the ball and place it underneath your right armpit. Okay, so get it right in there, feel, and then allow your shoulder to naturally drop down. Take a grip onto that right wrist with your left hand, and then just allow everything in your upper body to be heavy, but stay long in your spine. If you would like to keep your eyes open for a few moments, feel free to do so, or you can shut them back in. And then now as you inhale, I invite you to inhale through your nose, past your throat, and I want you to feel pressure in the right rib cage as you try to make that ball flat. So you're trying to push against that ball underneath your right armpit and allow your breath to go into the right side of your ribs. As you exhale, allow that ball to fill back up with air as the air exits your body. So it becomes this little dance, a little play. Inhale, breathe into your right rib cage, putting pressure against that ball. Soften jaw, soften brow, allow the natural lift of your shoulders. And then exhale. Soften your breath. 2 more times here. Inhale, breathe. Exhale. One more time, then we're gonna layer on. Inhale, breathe into that right rib cage, expand into the side of your body. Exhale. Now, if it feels okay to do so, I invite you to drop your left ear down to your left shoulder, creating space in the right side of your neck. And careful not to let the chin go up towards the right. Keep it kind of squared in center. If it feels okay to do so, allow that chin to come down towards your left shoulder. And once again, we're going to return to that breath, focusing in on that ball. Inhale, breathe through the nose, trying to create space between each rib on that right side of your body, changing that breath ever so slightly. We move to a shushing. Shh. One more time, inhale, breathe through the nose, expand into that ball. Exhale. Shh. Layering on again, take your left hand, place it down beside you. We're gonna add a little side bend here. As you inhale, bend over towards the left and breathe into the ball on the right side. As you exhale, pull yourself back up. Shh. The head can stay over to the side or you can bring it back to center. Inhale, breathe. Exhale. Shh. One more time. Inhale, really focus on breathing into the side body, breathing into that ball. Exhale, stay grounded in the sits bones, pull yourself up. And then now come back to center, grab that ball and place it in your lap. Now just take a moment in time here and I want you to notice your right side to your left side. Breathing equally into the ribs, I want you to notice if there's a difference between one side or the other. Please don't get into critique. This isn't about right or wrong, it just is in the moment. Now moving on to the other side, let's take that ball, place it underneath the left armpit now. So we know where we're gonna go. There's no surprises coming here. Allow that arm to come down and then now grab onto that left wrist with your right hand. And again, notice right away there's a difference. Is there not? All too often we try to get into the judge. We try to compare and make everything perfectly the same. Our body's not symmetrical, so don't expect it to do the same thing on this side. If you are sitting cross-legged, I invite you to switch feet just to change it up and notice what happens in your body. Find those sits bones once again and then find space and length out through your spine. If it feels okay to do so, you can shut your eyes or keep them open. You are in choice in the moment. Soften your jaw, soften your brow, and come back to your breath. Inhale, breathe through the nose, breathe into that ball. Now focusing on the left side, creating space between each rib cage. And we start with that soft breath. Inhale, breathe through the nose, past the throat, and really focus on that ball under your armpit and try to breathe into it to squish that air in the ball. Exhale. 2 more times like this. Inhale, breathe, focusing on that left side. Open and expand. Exhale. One more time. Inhale, breathe, expand, open up, shoulder down the back, breathe. Exhale. Now drop that ear down towards the right shoulder, allowing space in towards the left side of the neck. And it feels okay to do so, allowing that chin to come down towards that right shoulder. Now notice what feels better, what feels more comfortable. I'd invite you to find that space and position. And then now we breathe again, changing that breath ever so slightly. Inhale, breathe. Now we layer on that shushing breath. Exhale. Stay long in the spine, stay equal and grounded in those sits bones. Inhale, breathe, go. Exhale. One more time. Inhale, go. Exhale. Now releasing that right hand down. Option to bring that chin to center or keep it over towards that shoulder. Now we do that side bend. Inhale, breathe. Lean towards the right as you breathe into that left rib cage. And then exhale. Now you're gonna wanna lift up in that left sits bone. Stay grounded. Inhale, go. Exhale. No perfection here, just feel. Breathe into that ball. Inhale, go. Exhale. Final one. Inhale, go. Exhale. And settle in. Grabbing that ball now and placing that ball right on your sternum. Now if you're like, where's my sternum? Think collarbone and the center of your chest. So grabbing that ball or pillow or whatever you have, place one hand and another hand. Okay, and I don't want this to be gripping and pushing really hard. It's just soft. Let your elbows come down naturally beside you. And now we're gonna focus on the front part of the chest. Now, to be totally honest, I get a ton of restriction here and that's okay. So meet yourself where you're at. Inhale, breathe into the ball. Now try to squish that ball by breathing into the front side of your chest. This is helping evoke that 360-degree breath. Exhale. Inhale, breathe into the ball. Open up in the heart space, in the chest, in the lungs. Feel the diaphragm descend down your ribs. Exhale. Meeting any resistance with compassion, my friends. Inhale, open, go. Exhale. Honoring where your body wants to go in the moment. One more time. Inhale, breathe. Expand into all four corners of your rib cage. Go into that chest. Exhale. Not shocking. We're going to layer on a little bit more. Inhale. As you inhale, rotate towards the left. Keep your sits bones grounded. Don't move the pelvis. Just let your rib cage and your eyes move. And then exhale, pull yourself to center. Stay tall and long in the spine. Other side, inhale, go towards the right. Open and expand, move into the restriction of the ribs. Exhale, go. Two more times, inhale, breathe. The shoulders will naturally rise and fall, but not too much. Exhale. Final one, inhale, breathe, go. Exhale. Final little movement, then you get to be done. Roll that ball down towards your navel, towards the center of your body, and just let your arms kind of rest. Inhale, breathe. As you exhale, I want you to tuck your chin in towards your chest and slowly bow over that ball. So you're gonna get some roundness in your low back. Let your head hang. If this feels like too much, just drop the ball and then allow yourself to let your arms hang and your head hang. Now inhale, breathe into the back of the ribs, open up. So breathe between the shoulder blades, expand. Exhale, go. Two more, inhale, breathe into the back of the ribs, expand the shoulder blades, let the head hang, stay grounded in your sits bones. Exhale. One more time, inhale, breathe. Exhale. Holding here, allowing that natural breath pattern. Inhale, breathe, exhale, slowly roll vertebra by vertebra all the way up. Pause for a moment and just notice. You may feel a little tingly, you may feel a little lightheaded, or you may feel nothing at all. All sensations are valid and true. Maybe allowing yourself to move, shake, shift, and honor whatever it is your body needs now. But my hope is that your breath is a little bit more expansive, your head feels a little bit more clear, and your essence feels calm and ready for your day.